Now, let's start off with bearing from the beginning. As I told you, in bearings, there should always be a note. Before understanding bearing, there is something that you should understand clearly. That is, if there are two parallel lines, and if you cut it with another line, this is what we call them interior angles. In some textbooks, we call it as aligned angles. Be that as it may, these two angles basically they add up to 180. Interior angles or aligned angles, they add up to 180. Now let's look at something. Point B is on a bearing of 110 degrees from point A. Now, this is a very simple question. Point B is on a bearing of 110 degrees from point A. So, we have to understand that there is a point A, and here always there should be a, but now, north. We know for a fact that the bearings are taken in the clockwise direction. So, there are three golden rules. What is it? What are the three golden rules that we have?
All bearings are taking in clockwise direction.
Good. All bearings taken in.
Clockwise.
Very good. Clockwise direction. What else?
Always there should be a north directed.
Yes. A north. Next. There
Bearings should have 3 digits.
3 digits. Right. From point A, then now this is your 90, right? So now I'm saying it as 110. A little bit more than 90. So this is going to be my point B. And there is a note. Now, do you see any resemblance between this diagram and this diagram? The two notes are parallel. Somebody asks you this question. What is the question that you have been asked? Bearing of point A from point B. Bearing of point A from point B. Now, this is a question. How do we answer this now? We know for a fact that these two angles, they add up to 180. Either you could say it as interior angles or right angles, either way it's correct.
Yeah.
So what is this angle now? 180 minus 110, 70 degrees. So, likewise, what we said, all bearings taken in clockwise directions. So, what is the bearing of A, point A from point B? We should calculate what to take. This particular bearing. We know that if there is a point, all the angles they what? Add up to 360. Angles around a point add up to 360. Having that said, what is the value here now? 360 minus 70. Yeah. What is 360 minus 70, darling? 290 degrees. Did I make myself clear?
Yes.
Take it down. Now, last week I asked you the directions for the place where you are staying. Correct? What was the name of the town that you are staying? What did you say?
Milan.
Huh?
Milan.
Milan.
Yeah.
From Milan, next, what is the next stop before the main, like a junction, something?
A
street, name of a street?
Wait. Then let's not put Milan. Let's put Loreto.
Yeah, I think that is Loreto. I don't know what the spellings are. Loreto, then
Then pasta. Yeah, pasta in English. Pasta.
Plus, whatever. Then, see now, basically, yeah, basically you see that from Loretto you go for whatever the pasta, whatever these are directions that are given. But if you were in a ship, right? You are in a ship. What is going to happen in the sea? Are you like love to like okay? Look, there's Loretto, then there's this, there's Milan. How exactly are we going to navigate ourselves in the ocean? We are in mercy of the sea. What are we going to do? So what happens here is we have to give direct, very precise directions. So let's see now from port A to port B, from port A to port B, there is a bearing of 30 degrees and 60 kilometers away. Port C is due southeast, due southwest of port B and 90 kilometers away. Now, this is another very interesting part that we have. From port A to port B, there is a bearing of 30 degrees and 60 kilometers away. Port C is due southwest of port B and 90 kilometers away. Now, how do we understand the directions? What is this now? This is my north.
No.
South. What is this?
East.
That is correct. And west.
West.
In the primary division that we have, all of these will have an angle of what? 90 degrees, correct?
Yeah.
I can further subdivide this.
Yeah.
Which gives us what now? Northeast, southeast, southwest, northwest. According to this sum, port C is due southwest of port B. Port C is due southwest. Where is southwest? We understand that this each is now what?
45 degrees.
45 degrees. Now here, straight line, 180 and another 45, therefore it's 225 degrees. Yes or no?
Yes.
Part by part, there is no hard and fast rule as to which part should be understood and delivered first. Having that said, from port A to port B, now let's draw this. Put A, there is a node. Now 30 degrees is really small, no?
Yeah.
Port B. Okay. Now from port B, what is happening? At an angle of 225, port C is 90 degrees over here.
Oh.
Are we clear?
Yeah.
Now let's try to understand whether mathematically my sum is correct. If this is 30, how much is this? 150.
Yeah.
Now, this angle alone is what? 225. So there is an issue here. Yes or no?
Yes.
Issue. Because now 150 and 225 alone exceeds 360. Look at that. Now can this be correct? Do you understand my question? Is my diagram correct now? This is 30 degrees, correct?
Yeah.
150, yes or no?
Yes.
So my bearing is bearing of C from B as we have calculated is 225. So this
Yeah.
part is 150 according to right angles, and this bearing is 225, and there is a small part that is remaining as well. But 150 and 225 alone exceeds 360. Can this happen?
No.
So is my diagram correct? Wrong.
No.
My diagram is very wrong. Therefore, what happens here is this part is wrong. So we cancel this part. So basically, we should understand that this is not something drawn accurately. Therefore,
Yeah.
this goes something like that.
Oh.
Understood?
Yeah.
Oh, no, we made a mistake. No, correct. 225 degrees. Are we clear?
Yes.
Yes?
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't have to worry much about these details at the particular instance, because this is only an introduction we have now, right? But when you draw it, you should understand that 30 degrees is not this thick as well. This is like 60 degrees I have drawn. It should be drawn somewhere like this. Yes or no?
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's try to understand and draw it again then. Well, we have point A. No. 90, 45, 30, something like this. Right. Hmm? 150. So if it is 150 down here, what is the total value of angles that you have here? Down here, 210, right?
Yeah.
So now it exceeds 210. No? So it's like a little bit more up here as well. No? This is 210, 225, 15 degrees over here. This colored part is 15 degrees. Am I clear now?
Yeah.
Yeah. So from B up to here, C, which is 90 kilometers. Here this is 60 kilometers. Did I make myself clear now?
Yeah.
You have to be actually a little bit mindful when drawing these diagrams correctly, because we have three golden rules. Is there a north? Yes. Do we have three digits? Yes. We do have here. We do have three digits. Hmm? And here the total we have it as 225. And most importantly, all the bearings are taken in what? Clockwise direction. Am I clear now?
Yes.
Okay. Take it down.
Okay.
So now you should understand, if somebody tells you whether it's north to southwest, north to east, or due east, this is the calculation that you should come up with. Rather than getting it done straight away, it's better if you can draw the diagram over here, calculate the angle, and move on over to here. Is that clear now? And
Yeah.
one more thing, how do you understand that this is 30? 90, 45, a little bit less, 30.
30.
A little bit more, 60. Likewise. Okay, are we clear?
Yeah.
Yeah, because this whole thing is 90. So that is how we try to get somewhat not accurate, but satisfyingly okay diagram. All right?
Yeah.
No.